Good afternoon. Once again, this is meteorologist Kit Cloninger in the Weather Center at Local 4. We continue to update this severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern parts of Custer County. This is until 4:45 and has just been updated to golf ball size hail and 80-mile-per-hour winds. This is a radar indicated threat. We'll go ahead and pause the radar here once we get to the end of this loop. We're looking at the place just to the east, west of Sargent, right there where it says Custer County. We're looking at winds that could be in excess of 70 up to 80-mile-per-hour winds, and once again hail up to 1 3/4 inches in diameter. So we're looking at this area right here just to the east of Sargent, which could be producing some very fast wind gusts. So just around the Sargent Road area to Round Valley Road. This is an area of very intense winds that we're looking at. So these colors right here and there, we're looking at a broad area of very intense winds coming through this storm. So this will be crossing over the Highway 183 corridor eventually, heading towards the Comstock area as well. We could be seeing this produce very high damaging winds to crops and to buildings and possibly even to trees as well. So this does include the areas around Taylor, though Taylor is not under the imminent threat of the highest wind gusts with this storm. Sargent, Anselmo, Comstock, Berwyn, and Victorian Springs State Recreation Area are also in this, as well as eventually to Elmira. We're looking at the potential for very heavy rain with this as well. As we look back at high-res Doppler radar, this whole area has very high rain rates, and we could be seeing wind-driven hail, especially in this area just to the northeast of Myrna. That's where we're seeing some of the more intense hail core right now. So you can see that it has begun to develop a bowing segment here, which is what we typically see with very intense windstorms. So radar is indicating that this is an imminent threat. This is northeast of Broken Bow. The proper town of Broken Bow is not necessarily within the warning, but it's anywhere northeast of there out to the Westerville area is within that warning. So let's go ahead and put a track out on this storm. As it's moving to the southeast at around 20 miles per hour, we can estimate this segment here. Let me get a new drawing there. Excuse me for one moment. We'll track this out to the southeast around 20 miles per hour. It'll be getting to the Westerville area probably around 4:47, if not a little bit earlier than that. Sargent, we're looking at the storm around a few minutes from now. Weissert around 4:30 this afternoon. Eventually into the Berwyn area by 4:50, and then we'll be into the newscast at 5:15 when it's getting to the Ainsley area and eventually Arcadia as well there in Valley County. So this thunderstorm has been long-lived. It's originally started back up in Cherry County a few hours ago, and it looks like it will continue to move to the southeast, and it is in a very good environment for this thunderstorm to maintain itself with these very high winds. Again, this is a warning for 80 mile per hour, a significant windstorm, and we have had a recorded thunderstorm wind gust of 70 miles per hour with this. That was just east of Gates there in Custer County, so we can put that on our map here. We'll look at some of the local storm reports here. That is just to the west of Sargent there, where we had that recorded wind gust of 70 miles per hour, which may not have been in the core of the storm. It may have been just on the outside of some of the higher wind gust values that we see. So we're looking at in the storm here an area of 70 mile per hour wind gusts, which was just recorded there, like I said, with that storm report. So we're going to likely see this continue into the Sargent area, if not just south of Sargent, along Highway 183, and eventually to the Comstock area on the Custer and Valley County line. So we're going to go ahead and drop back to regular programming. Do stay tuned to Local 4 News, because we're going to continue to follow this storm as it is an imminent threat for several communities here in rural Custer County. This is meteorologist Kit Cloninger with Local 4 News. Please stay tuned.